All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dennis, and this is the Lab 20 podcast. So think about it. If you're walking around, you're going to win a wagon, somebody asks you to give them at least three hits. 3 hits. I'm talking about songs. What could be your top 3 hits? I'm sure there's one song that's done by a guy who we have seen grow as a little boy, has transformed and has become a proper household name, Panova. And that's the guy that we are talking to today. I know most of you are like, oh, who is this guy? But if you go to Zambia today and ask them to give you 2 artists from Malawi, they're gonna actually have a Driemo in it. So ladies and gentlemen, with hits, breaking records, and everything in between, welcome to Lab 20 Podcast, Driemo.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on your recent feat. In 9 days, I saw Pensulo had already crossed over the 1 million mark by YouTube.
Of course, yeah.
That's a big one. I think that's the first, right?
Yeah, that's the first, I think, to hit that. I think in the history of Malawian music. Yeah, that's the first.
No, congratulations. Tinani ndikachikodi tikupatse koma I think we can already start giving out awards for that.
Nice one. I can't wait to get mine.
Yeah,
man.
Sure. All right. Welcome to Lab 20 Podcast.
Thank you.
I've been watching a lot of your interviews, so I'll not bother people that have also been watching a lot of interviews with a lot of background here and that. I think let's talk about something that I believe we need to discuss more. Many as artists, but to also make sure and how many amabanga follow art, music, should be able to understand. And I think your story makes a very good case study. An artist from Malawi, young.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think we had been used too much kwa artists when they are improving.
True, yeah.
But young coming on the scene from who is Driemo to the Driemo.
Yeah.
I think that makes a very good story and a case study in other upcoming artists or even people that have been in the industry can learn from. So I think from the beginning, I would want you to just give me a brief of what you've been working on recently. We've seen the things that you've been able to achieve, but currently, what has been kept you busy and all that, mainly this year?
Okay, so I'll start from maybe the end of last year. We've been trying to work on a project, I would say an album.
Okay.
And so we have been working on this project like for quite some time.
Okay.
Like since the beginning of last year, it was a back and forth thing. So that it could show that we are growing. We are growing as a brand, me as an artist and whatnot. When it comes to the lyrics, composition, the concept, the themes, the target audience and whatnot. So it took us a lot of time to really work on that. And finally, we managed to finish the project, and it was released on the 14th of November, like last Friday.
That's right, okay.
Yeah, sure. I think this year that's what we've been working on. And also there's also an upcoming album launch on the 22nd of November, this coming Saturday. We have been promoting this launch for quite some time now. And probably a lot of people know about the album launch. So for this year, I think that is what we've been working on.
Okay.
And also trying to penetrate into other markets using the project itself, like the features and whatnot. We've been also trying to get some media tours from different countries. So that is still in the books, but yeah, that's what we've been working on.
Okay. That's cool. Last year or the other year, you've been topping charts from YouTube streams to Kosoma rewards to bookings. How's that been like? Because I know you were in school. You just finished. Was that last year or this year? Graduated this year?
I finished last year, but I graduated this year. Yeah.
Looking at that pressure of being in school, but being able to still put out music and still being able to be among the top in all these categories, streams, bookings, and also royalties.
Yeah.
How has that been like? How easy was that, or how difficult was that?
Well, I would say it wasn't that easy as maybe some people would put it, but I would just say people love my music. You understand? Because it differs from somebody who is on the ground promoting their product and whatnot than somebody who just releases and stays at school. You understand? So even the time that you can have maybe to make a TikTok video or to go for an interview and whatnot, time was not there. But because of the love and the support that people has for me, I think that's what has helped me a lot to top the charts. Because even if you do interviews, even if you promote, but if people choose not to listen to your music, you cannot top a chart. So with the love and the support that people have been showing me, both Zambia, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and other neighboring countries, I think that's how we've been able to be topping the charts.
Okay. I think let's speak. Mumvega bwino.
Yes.
Yankane nchichewa cho mvega bwino. Pali anthu oti amayika nthawi into craft yawo nyimbo. Studio, they're always in the studio.
Yes.
After studio, they try my radio, my TV, chani.
Yeah.
Then avaya kwa ma distributors afuna nyimbo zao zipite pa Spotify, YouTube, and they try to kulibira anthu pa TikTok kuti apangire nyimbo. I wouldn't say really they are less gifted. There are a lot of talented artists. Like you meet nthawi nake artist, kumvera nyimbo zake umadabwa kuti wow, okay, fano yo nde uti. Koma they haven't yet even maybe achieved 10% of zinthu zimene iwe wabanga achieve. But if you look at talent itself, you can tell. Kumva nyimbo, oh no, there's talent. Secret ya Driemo ili paripo, because for me the fact that you were in school and you wabanga degree and kwambiri, let's say from third year, fourth year, makabenda hayoti research and every school majema. First year makabati uli relaxed. What has been your secret where you should be able to figure out?
Okay, nditakunena chonchi anthambi ndima khulupirira kunjako mwina amadziwa anamvapo koma mwina anasankha kuti asachikhulupirire.
Okay.
Talent is not enough. Talent contributes 10% of your success. 10%. You need a team. Right? A team yako iwena kala anthori, they have to share the same passion and vision like the way you see it. Because then abula mude muje for them, okay, nandizi kugira apa for ndifuna mundiribire. But you have to have a team. Imene anthu ake a individual yori. So okay, this is how many ngajipangira breakdown. Driemo poyambirira anali artist. Panoba it's a brand.
Exactly.
And people need to differentiate between an artist and a brand. You understand? So Shafi P, which tends to be my name,
your name,
is an artist in the Driemo brand. And then there is Chokumbo So Awali, who is the manager in the Driemo brand. And there are some people like Blessings Moya who are the media and whatnot. There are a lot of people, my designer, also there's Idon Jovo from Zambia, who's also a co-manager in the Driemo brand. So it's a brand. I'm a brand. So tikabanga understand, okay, fine. Ineyo, what's my role? My brand ngati neyo nchiranga ndiyopita ku studio kukapanga recording ndikapatsa haja product yota gulitse. So iwo imakhanjira yota thamanga gulitsa chililo chimene chichi. You understand? So now ngati kulipira anthu pa TikTok, they have to pay them. Ngati kuli my social media bloggers ngati pa Facebook, they need to pay them. If it is booking my interview, they have to book. They handle also my bookings, my performances and whatnot, my dues and stuff. That's why it's a coordinated system. But still, it's not guaranteed. You have a team and everything will work out. Sometimes it's just the grace of God.
Okay.
Yes. Because people say hard work pays. But sometimes I choose to say yes, but it depends. You find Antenagi, they work 3 times as hard as you do. But alibe muna a quarter of what you have.
Exactly. Actually, I think a good example, there was this place, Anankalimbazi in Makoma. A corporate mobile, there was M-Hub.
Yes.
I remember there's a guy, and if hard work was a recipe to success, almost 80% of Malawian women could have been reached. Yana jambulaga jituzi kanzimai. Araseza jintolo cha nkuni. So if you look at azimai amena jama, pita kupili kuja.
Yes.
Mama wadzuka leo ja wachola nkuni kubwerera. That's hard work.
Yeah,
but how much do they have?
Exactly. Yeah. And hamena makara maybe inani maka for 9 so sometimes the route kumeni maka route me ndi madusa for okay ndikatulukire mu presidential highway kumaka bwana ndidusa mwa cent ndikalowe mu 18B and then ndi mu highway, understand? But if you look nobandi ngamadusa kuna mama uzobozati azimai nakazi wakale akupika di mene baja di muna mbada ababa kuti muna mageza mini basaja. If you look at those people mageza mini basi azimai wa chani, they work muna harder than we do. But look at their lives. So sometimes there's so many things when I saw needs to follow was contribute to success. Most of the times it is just the grace of God. It's just the grace of God because they are so talented than I am. You understand? It's not on their life yet. It's yet to come, but not yet. You understand? So I would say Dimabanga into more organized. But still, amanena kuti lucky is whereby an opportunity meets you when you're ready. Prepared.
Exactly.
When opportunity meets preparedness.
Exactly. And I think that's what I wanted to say. Even when we talk about grace, you should be able to create an environment where when grace allocate,
yes,
you can actually use it. Because there are people that think, oh, grace when they go back to look at their lives, why? Because you weren't having you are not prepared. So I think the foundation of being organized, having a structure, I would say really works. And I think that's one key thing that
and before you continue, I wanted also to add on that. Have you ever heard about one-hit wonders?
Yep.
The whole country, even the neighbor countries.
Gone.
Why? I remember even Malinga said it. And I'm going to video on TikTok. Kuti. Parantena age. Ama kazode lemba. Kuyesela jambaiji. Kubida mstudio muja perfecting their voice, perfecting their lyricism, their composition, their word. Asana chuki. Why? Their target is not kuchuka yet. Their target is to become better as an artist. Perfecting their art. So that now you guys boom, chance ya vezega. You are jama kama kalisa mwenda sema. Na jama bezodi back to back my hits. Whenever I go the target ya upon the upcoming artist, he's not yet perfect ngani olemba or kubanga compose or even my vocals komana kusaka sakarani anachuga, which is a very big mistake. So the first target should be you improving yourself before they give you a platform to showcase your talent. So yeah, that's where I was more like to back up between, like when opportunity meets your preparedness.
I've had conversations with different people. on a lot of occasions. Artists, producers, just people that love the industry, follow the industry. And in Kenya, who owns the song or who owns an artistic product? In your case, you have mentioned there's Shafi, who is an artist, probably is a singer. He's probably a writer. I'm not sure. You're going to break me, but he's an artist in this case.
Yeah.
And then there's Blessings, who's more into the media things. And then you have the managers who do the management thing.
Of course.
When it comes to you going into the studio, when I listen to Pensulo, let's say today, that's a Driemo brand.
Yes.
It's a production of the Driemo brand.
Driemo brand.
Which means there's somebody who sat down and wrote that song.
Of course.
Pali muntu amene anapita mu studio munja ndikuwaimba.
Yes.
Nepali muntu amene anafatsa kupanga lumikiza zida. Okay, akamveke apa.
Yeah.
How do you handle that? Who owns
the master?
The master. Who is?
So, Driemo is a writer, he's a composer, and he's a performer. You understand? When we talk about performance, we're talking about singing studio, even per stage.
Per stage as well.
Yeah, so, nyimbo ijega ruruga. But my agreement angap.
Okay.
Amena makanap. So first of all, pamaka agreement ineyo as Shafi, an artist, ndinayo ndi management. Understand? Kuloke management ije kubanga provide jani. Kudusi nyimbo ija itege.
Yes.
They're paying for my transport, my transport from home kubida ku studio. They're paying for the whole production cost, and they're paying for the video shoots and whatnot. My safety, my transport, everything that could this is the final product now. They pay for everything. Now, Pamakama deals with fine management to provide everything. They will get maybe 40% of whatever that song will make. Or they will get 50% of whatever that song will make. So when we talk about management, well, we are talking about Ngarimene Chikumbu Sawal, who's the manager, Idon Jov, who's the manager, and whatnot. You understand? When it comes to the producers, but my producers in and they once time off. Okay, if Mungu ndi bata muna 300,000.
Fia ineo. Ya ineo.
Tatana. Alipo. Ndeba lena manda okay. Ine mundi bata go muna fia ineo muna ndi 5 hands. But mundi bata 250. Then I'll get 5 or 10% of whatever that song will make. You understand? It works like that. Sometimes they're just they're on the payroll when my just paid per event and whatnot. When to show. So we need content and whatnot. Okay, content is this is yours, and you go. This is yours. It's something like that. So Amina Wanga own that product. Most of the time I am the executive producer. Exactly. So I am the executive producer. So it's more like I am the one who owns it. You understand? But still, we andika 5%, we andika 10%, or we andika 15%, depending on what they invested in that particular product. But kunogo and hambiri madis, even madis staying, they don't understand. Yeah, my manager but if somebody didn't take time to invest their resources and money in you, where would you be? Even my brand and my like they're so organized, so clean. You won't see them anywhere. Like they're professionals. But you can tell like no. Why? Some seem to be well organized. Artist, most of the time, it's not necessarily the good management. Imagine, let's say, okay, fine. I get maybe a 5 million booking. You understand? And then the management probably maybe gets 2 million. I get 3 million. The kind of let's say 40. You do that 40 times 3 million. How much money is that? You understand? On top of that, you're not paying for any production cost. They are paying. They're paying for your videos and whatnot and everything. So if you are not doing better in your life, it's not the management eating money. And even your manager is doing better because damage you look forward to another show. Another paycheck and whatnot. As some people say, nobody has ever gotten rich by a paycheck. Understand? Why? You need to invest. So management no. You as an artist, you are not matured enough to handle your finances.
Okay.
So my ownership here, I own it.
There's a whole thing while we're at that on how people formalize this thing, owning of the rights, basically the rights. So okay, nyimbo indi. Every time Kosome kama panga share ma royalties zikatuluka zinthu zija kupatutuka zokamba panopa za attach for
ndalama
zavida ndalama zija zikafika.
Yes.
You hear producer akukwira huko because he is looking at mafigures amene wamve akuti acha amene akuti nyimbo yakuti ndapanga nawo produce nyimbo imene akuti acha kumatuluka tingini ngati timene. Okay, what's the process? How do you do this thing? Ma agreement awawa amachitikira kuti and what's the role of the IPs ngati ino as management? Where do you register? Who holds the contract? Is it just within? Okay. There are places where you go.
Ndukumbukira ntaina yake when we were registering some songs and whatnot. Nadenga producer zanga once. Kuda katsegule ma account. Kujani kuko song.
Okay.
You understand? I urged them, go and register. They went to register. Every song that I've ever recorded in my life, even if one I've produced, of course, they've been my producer since 2019.
Because I've followed you. I wanted to check with you. How many people have been producing? It's like, I know the same people.
They haven't changed. So, Nyimbo in 7 have produced, they have produced. In the market language. So, Kosoma, right? As an institution, in ndima percentage menema gawa kama producers. It doesn't come from us.
Okay. So when the Driemo brand says Driemo olandira 5 million, this does it include ndira? You go now kuyamboka gawira.
So Kosoma ima gawira argument. Let's say nyimbo ija lero ori abanga 10,000. Yet as a whole song. So now can the producer somebody 5%. They will take 5% of that 10,000. The we got account one dani kwa producer out. Ngari wawili ndio alinga 5%, ndio ayo sababu 90% ba pamoja. Ndio 5%, we use 5%. Ndio vile baje basa 90%. You understand? So the 90% ija ima hanga rule senga okay, let's say ngari ka 1,000. You understand? Yabida kwa ma producer. So the money that you see, okay, Driemo wapanga scoop 20 million, 23 million. The numbers of some producers because when I called my producers to say how much have you made from the one, I would tell them,
and where you are able to calculate kuti ineyo ngati ndatenga iyi percentage ya nyimbo yakuti kwa anavanga ima upita kwa so you can calculate kuti okay.
Yes. And on top of that, produce ndeka. Produce
and
so ngadakulanda ndava zochepa from Kosoma. You understand? Because there was a time there was me and my management. By then we had a deal. They would do everything. They would pay for my transportation, my production costs, and more good, and everything. I have to pay that. The only thing I have to do is to sing.
Okay.
Understand? And then they'll get 50%.
And you get take the other 50%.
The other 50%. It is a fair deal because when they come, it was by then. So
okay. No, were they not? Okay, I don't know. How much? I don't want to go into how much you charge or you charge, but wasn't that too much on them?
No, it wasn't. Like what? They were spending too much?
Everything. It's like you are
everything. And that's
And
why
then when you
deal.
make money,
they'll get 50%.
It was a fair deal to you.
Yeah, to me, yeah, you understand?
When I look at everything that goes into management,
it's a
lot of investment.
It's a lot. But then, tilabida kusoma nani nakuti samalola kuri artist the management pazika 50%. Artist akwena atenga mbili.
Okay.
You understand? So from that, my point exactly is that ngarana nena kuri samalola kuri artist ndi manager ikare 50-50 artist amena atenga mbili. Nde kuri iwo ndamena makandi mphamvu zopanga dictate kunena kuti this percentage iwene vide kwawo. So ineyo ntauza kuti producer wanga ndofuna atenge 10% or aliyese mumpasa 10% nga 20% ya production yanga of like the man that I've made iwene vide kwa producer sangavomere because in their policies anayigamu kuti ma producer so my producer as amapange fight against my artist out, they have to fight against Kosoma kuti namena kwena apange revise my policies out so that iwo as a kind of percentage because even if I wanted to so ndekuti mwina kuzikhayabe kufuna kwa ine chabe kuti okay ndapanga 20 million nditengeko mwina ka 2 million unimpasa 1 million unimpasa 1 million.
That's after, not within.
And it's not within the books.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. I never knew that. Okay, I've heard about sheets.
Spreadsheet?
Are there spreadsheets?
I think like
I think they're spreadsheets. Okay, nyimbo hii, like you guys, when you go kudimugale mbeta, songwriter, chani,
yeah, of course.
Thing that
you okay, fine. Ngari, let's say inaenda na guitarist. Tutapata soko soba jaga banga register the guitarist. You see? So, ndaguri inaenda kama register, let's say ngaraba muyangai. Ndikana kama gitara waguru. Amane ga keys waguru. Amana banga jenchani waguru. Amana rere waguru. Producer waguru. You understand? So jaga ngana jiji, let's say jishiri ja, let's say nyimbo imodzi. Okay. Ndero ngarwa gitara atu ngarwa 1% ibira wa gitara. Ajentanjani percent ibira wa producer. Moguru like that. You understand? But the problem is Anhambi they haven't registered. So even if my producer is not register, even the percentage that they're going to get, so you get away as an artist. You know? Zimango said, "Pamene pa makala kudi artist we ndimba havu ndipone na kudi ndabanga feature artist nzanga."
Oh
so,
yeah.
Yeah, ujana kuda madando ufuna kudi 20%. So mene wajoma galemba kuda artist kudi is supposed to get 20%. Ndali waje. Pamene pa makapali mpampu. Koma iya kangani ngadema producers and what not zidigale konko ama gawo kama percentage. Sizo jogera kwa fair.
Okay.
Yes.
That's very, very, very interesting. That's very interesting. I had never known Gudodi Zimenda Banji. So when you see them flying around, you just wonder, okay. Well, isn't there a bag of Mukanaka? Now it's 40 drama, everybody now starts to. Okay, let's move on. Talking about building. You are one artist, Panove, from even this conversation, who I feel like knows what they're doing. Because even if you can explain as many that means Umabanka follow everything.
Yeah, of course.
You have talked about management. You have a proper manager, Van Gongo.
Yes.
Everybody knows. I've been trying to get your number. Every time I get a Van Gongo number. Unless if it was just like, Zongo years as in as I get, that's when I would like, number at Driemo. But if it's business, it's always okay. Talk to Van Gongo, which I appreciate because I've worked with artists and I know how much that plays to a management. Building your revenue engine. We have streams. We have bookings. We have zakosomas. I think Zimango Chuka for this publicize as they will talk about it as if it's the only thing.
Yeah.
What are the things that you guys as a team put much effort? My guy, dollar, drama ngati artist, drama ngati team as a management. The upper. Which are the key things, the key streams? I mean, monody. Let's push up and
okay. So, chifoyo kumana kunogo YouTube is not, we're not recognized by YouTube. So even monetization imateka if you only register with understand. So even that let's say kuti per 1 million view, let's say amapeleka ka $18,000 just tungo that let's say $20,000. That's for the countries, I mean, they are recognized by YouTube. So that simply means for the countries which are not like recognized by YouTube, it's gonna be much less. Ngati pa munthu mmodzi mapanga $1 ndekuti kwa munthu amene waonera kwa munthu wakudziko lokuti it's not recognized by YouTube, they have to get 0.00 something. You understand? So ndekuti we don't get as much as other countries get. From Spotify, I think chifo yonna kuti mwina kwathu kunoko anthu sanazolowere kupanga stream. Chimene amakhulupirira nchoti akadownload asave kale mfona
azivera akaifuna
azivera, not necessarily kuti akaifuna pele pa Spotify. So as a result amazoti kunja kuja nthamakhala makamuna 300 million streams and what not and everything kunoko olo nyimbo tinafikako 10 million streams. It was.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we see the combined stream hours.
That. Yeah, that. Nakasema kama panga combined nyimbo inayoanza like the whole catalog. Maybe akuba sanumena ka 5 million, ka 10 million, something like that. But for a single song, guru panga scoop 10 million. It's not an easy thing. I don't know if it. Mwina nenda panga miss, but I've never seen something like that. So you can see the struggle community now. So or even to get in the rama, cinema habit in the rama is mogur. So. But ngari kuona zakuti umapeza moyo nyinga choncho, you have to have multiple ways of generating income. Understand? So nchifakire makhandi my endorsement deals, you know, we have my performances, you know, bookings, and then we have those streams ngari na Spotify, of course tikapanga combine size makhangari umakhandi distributor modes ngari let's say film is a DistroKid. Understand? Yeah. So ndori mapanga collect from Apple Music, from Spotify, from Deezer, from whatever, Boomplay and whatnot, and then mapanga size janku and account one. So YouTube, it has AdSense. Yeah, that's where you get your money from, and then the party Soma and whatnot. So that's when we can be able to have at least ndarama. The problem is ndama size system because YouTube we need higher ndarama. Spotify like DistroKid utapanga withdraw on time kufuna. You understand? Ukusanga kudoke nende samagireko nzakugirako ikazafika $10,000 umutapanga withdraw ukafuna kuli $100 umutapanga withdraw ikubeza nditu. You understand? Koso mande muzaka ili madigira ka I don't know if it's after 6 months, it's 8 months.
I think it's twice a year.
We should be
so
it has to be 6 months. After 6 months, then mugena mudige 6 months wala kusoma kwa 10. Then bagadiba you just have to rely on the bookings and whatnot and everything. So if I even umana kuno kuti muzabeza kuti kuchoka ndati machukadi like umveka bali boss kama nkandi ndonena kuti we don't get as much as my countries and amena madani my countries and amata kuteka ngati mene kumaduri laba mwangeti ndaigulitsa kale, let's say ndagulitsa ka Africa, understand? They will buy my album winner pa $200,000, you know. So they will give me that man. That simply means I will just own kind of 20% of the album. No, the 80% I eating and yeah. Understand? Oh my good, that. So kunogo I don't know muna madiuza amene osinaamba kufufuza la marani.
Okay, in that way, when you sell an album like that, who owns master yake? Is this what your maps was saying?
Yes. That's what they were saying. I already sold my album. So that's what they do. Maybe he just owns kind of 20%, kind of 30%, and then after a month, you see, if I think I'm complain, I don't know if I got it wrong. My cards could you have stricken a deal. The market is cause okay, fine. If you took about Tirad, we'll give you $800,000. You understand? Oh, that will give you $2 million.
$2 million.
Pa iyo. If you to find mamba mawili, the singles muna 10. You see? So you have to be recording, give them an album, you are pusher because they are well connected. No matter what your doors are user. When they watch it, they're still making money. Nobody nimbo yako iweyo ili mwina pawe kamuna kwanatu kwanisa kani 5 million views iwo aje kuthamangira muna 70 chakuti million 80 chakuti million ndoko wapanga create ngomada bozo ndama yako ije nabusa kale
kale panopa
you
keze
have made muna 20 times more drank manga complain these people anandibere so kuma kazi just a cry of a dying dog.
Yeah.
Ngasona kulitsaka. So sometimes umaina kuti you should be ready mentally kuti yini kayipanga pamawa nsazabwerere.
Wow. I think fear many artists be ali nayo ndi mene yoyo. Even from management, we I don't know mina kuma kusavetsetsa kwa zinthu zwe kuti mugwirizana njani. To the other side ya distribution ukuku nde tisaname I think ambiri sinapanga explore kuti zimaenda banja. You know few artists that announced kuti they've got my deals at distribution in the was that Sony?
Yeah.
Sony. Yeah. We don't know where that went. Maybe it's still in the pipeline.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't follow.
So I wouldn't even speculate until maybe when we sit down with them, we'll
so ngakale Mungu nena kuti that's the fear imene madisema kana. Mugozweli sizi kusiyana ndi ukatenga ngongole ku banki.
Okay.
Because ukatenga ngongole ku banki ndiyo linga yodo ufuna ubolele. Wana mizano ine ngongole anga ndifuna bank business and what not. Collateral and ndi deni maguri akubatheleseka muna ka 50 million. Yo dollar it ngobole woneka shasha ntawuni. Dollar ijakata ukamaka bweza ima wao. You understand? Jama kan milandu na bank chan. But if you got that money so that you could invest into something and that thing makes profit, but your business is still running. Until your business is still running. So your album, they give you the money. Whatever you do with that money, it's up to you. So if you invest in yourself as an artist, as a brand, to increase your value, because there's a saying, man, I'm not going to fake it until you make it, yeah? It depends on how you use it. Let's say ineo ndikubida ndukapanga negotiate deal ndi company naye. Ndikule mwana cha taxi. Akunoa ndikutsika mu taxi basi ndolenga kafupi ndikumpasa taxi akubwerera. Ndikubida iwaja akamapanga propose ndalama zawo sangani basi ndalama zimene amaganiza. But let's say I've hired a GD6. I'm in a suit ndikutsika mmene mujamo ndamanga hire bodyguard yentana muri segwegi sekono they'll change their minds. They'll be like, oh, okay, I think this person knows what they're doing. So your value, if you invest in yourself as an artist, the way you look, the way you present yourself, the way you talk, manga even encourage my artists to get it and funika because sungaka nkwana ndantu hina they are very influential ngati pena pagezina kudusa. You understand? So you need to invest, you read, you expose, you do your research about the company and whatnot and everything. Get busy. You understand? And then you can use that project as some money to invest in yourself, you invest in your assets and whatnot. And then this is wow, because you have your own money. That's what happens. So bitterness in a game so that's what happens.
Okay. Actually, you have answered the next part where I was going on lifestyle balance, brand longevity, and sustainability.
Yeah,
it's a big conversation. I've had this with several artists, and I think RDS brings their perspective. And like for me, Arioka, they don't have a management team like that. And because they're under management. On pressure that comes with fake it until you make it. But in Magazenage, they take that to an extent where it's no longer an investment.
It's a show off.
It's show off, which turns into my expenses all the time. How do you balance that with the, okay, because we need to understand the words. Investment is putting in something, waiting, after some time we're gonna have it and even more on top. It's gonna bring you profits. That's what an investment is. But then there are scenarios where artists are just drawn into, oh, I need to look nice, so I'll go get ngongole. suit because kuli ma meeting hour. Okay, I need to show up GD6 like you've said. When my finances I never know, but my resources are many anga ndithandiza kuti ndikalowe umomo. Ndi at least academia. But I want to show up and show off.
Yeah. Well,
what's your take on those extremes of which parameters do we play in?
Okay. So this is what I would say. There's a saying, but it's better to be broke after investing than being broke after impressing.
Okay.
Suffix, I quote, he said in one of his songs, "You're busy impressing people who are also struggling." And then I get, nowadays, I'll talk about a lot of people, youth. We are losing direction because we care much about public validation. Like everything you do, you want the public to validate you. Like, you're so scared. Like, okay, when you talk about me, like the only topic that I was, one of the topics that I was much interested, like the courses when I was at college, was mental health. Like this thing so-called like social anxiety, you understand? Is whereby you feel like everybody is watching you. But bro, people are busy with their own lives, with their own crazy things in their lives. They can't focus on you. It's just you with your head playing games. You understand? So it's the same thing whereby you think out there people are waiting for you to do something. They are not. They only talk about you when you show up. But when you don't, they forget about you. So, ukamapanga invest. Right? You need to know what are you investing in and for what reasons. You understand? You invest for you want to look nice and whatnot and everything, but ukapanga look nice, what are you gonna get in return? You understand? There's time to look nice. An artist has to have a private life. You understand? Whereby nobody sees your personal life. Whatsoever when you're home and everything and stuff. But the problem is, Andrew, amakapezeka kunena kuti zimakachoka ku investing kuja ndikufika nopa impressing to the extent that you become obsessed with that particular thing. So your whole life depends on that. Why? Ntazambi makaru unana ama wanthu naye. Unana mizantu. Ndi Ford Ranger. Ndimaendera Ford Ranger. Nani makaru kweli at 12. Yeah. Ine mogu hey, this and that. So now when it comes to people say, no, now you have to force yourself to book an apartment. So the more you do that, the more you hurt yourself. Yes, it's good when you're going to strike a deal, you need to look presentable. It's just your name that can get you those particular things without paying anything. But now I'll say one thing. My graduation suit. So good I couldn't afford a graduation suit. I would have bought. But no, graduate will offer you a suit. All we need is your pictures and whatnot and tag us when you're posting your pictures. I will blend anybody Men's World. Okay. It's a very good shop like that. Very good suit. So, and they told me also like, when you have an event, you want to show up somewhere, when you need a suit, just give us a call. So I was invited for as a guest to Malawian Zambia. I'm born and bred once. Yes. So I went there and they gave me a suit to wear that side. You see? So instead of me getting busy to get money and get a suit to go that side, they just gave me a suit. So it's the same thing. You can go to a certain hire company and tell them, you know what? I'll help you promote your whole thing and everything. All I need is just your car for 5 days. I'll put my own fuel and whatnot. I just need your car for 5 days, but no charge. In return, I'll just help you brand. You didn't pay anything.
You just leveraged your brand to work with another brand where everyone, both of you actually benefit at the end of it. Exactly.
So not everything you need to pay like cash. So an artist, you need to be very smart. And your smartness is not only you. You need to have people in your team. That's the team that you have needs to be very active and smart as well. So that they can go and negotiate deals. You want to shut up then. Everything. You didn't pay anything. You just help them brand or, publicize the whole thing and whatnot, the marketing and stuff. That's how it goes. So that thing of, hey, no, I need to get money to get that, I need to make, no, just get smart, study the market and see what you can do for them, for them to give you what you want to get. That's what happens.
Interesting. When you look at the industry, do you think we are on the right path when it comes to those things? My endorsements deals, ambassadorship deals, brand leveraging. Good, okay, we'll do this.
And you do that.
Yeah. Is the corporate world responding to artists saying, "Oh, we're here, we can work together"?
We are getting there, I would say. We are getting there. Only that the problem is that maybe I might be wrong, but that's what I think. I think we overcharge our value.
Overestimating
your value, to the sense of you want them, like a CEO, to write you an email to as an industry, you understand? To get into that market of getting endorsement deals and whatnot. So even you, sir, even in the first place, we don't really need them. Muna do kufuniga anzato mwe angada dindi marketing team, but we are good to go. You understand? So you need to wake up as an artist, knock doors, push. You'll be like, "Ndabwera ndi propose." You know, if what we can do for you to talk banga izo. Okay, what do you want from us? Oh, if you don't go for mwina, some people will be discussing zindalama zambiri. If you want to fund 50 million, no. Just call them, okay, fair. Tabwera muna nimagulisa ma plot. If you know fund mwina 15 by 30 to wili candidate, and then I'll help you marketing for 6 months. You can use me in your billboards, in your what and whatnot. Or if I will just get 3 plots by 15 by 30. You understand? And then you can even talk about money, and that money can be converted to the products that they offer and whatnot. That's what you can talk about. So, but then the first thing, they cannot come to you because if you have seen a gap, if you are an entrepreneur, you need to see the gap in the market to see, yes, they are doing better, but in so that when I can spike their profits and whatnot, so that people I have my audience. When you haven't tapped in my audience, so I want you to tap into my audience, and as a result, I just want to get this and that. You go to another brand, you understand? Or I don't know, guy. They hire. So every time you have a show, they have to give you a car. And what you do is whatever the billboard they're gonna do, the marketing. If you have to do an appearance, if you have to do my reels, my posts, and whatnot, you do it for them. You go to another company as well. You understand? It happens like that. Get busy as an artist. Proposal, you try to another company, you try to this, and then you sit down. That's how you do. Because you have to treat your music as business. And as a business person, when you don't get it, you sit down, you go back to the drawing board. What did I say? Let me revise that. Let's do it different this time. And then as time goes by, with the things I've just started doing. Wow. But yeah, we are on the right path, and I think the corporate world is really accepting, and maybe in the next maybe the next 5 years we'll be singing another song.
How has it been on your part as an individual? Or with your team?
I've worked with a couple of companies. I've worked with EcoBank, I've worked with Old Mutual, I've worked with a certain electronic company. We just did an appearance and whatnot and all sorts of stuff. And we are even in other books talking with other companies about the ambassadorship deals and whatnot. We are getting busy. We are really doing our thing because of other companies. I've just forgotten. I worked with CTS Korea before it even emerged to be as big as it is right now.
I remember your CTS
and then by
involvement,
that time I was even just a young and upcoming artist. So that was my first deal. I was a young and upcoming artist, but I
managed to get that deal. Yeah.
You understand? So we're still going for more and more until we get even more. So I think there's no limit to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, I look forward to the days where artists will actually really understand, because having, you can tell the issue overestimating their value. I would say creatives in general, because you have 500,000 followers, 300,000 followers combined Instagram, you think that's money already. So a company like Toyota Malawi would just come to you and say,
no ways.
And I think understanding what's the value that you create. It's not just the number of people that follow you. They follow you because of your music. They don't follow you because you sell cars. They know if they're looking for a car, they'll go look for, but 18, they're not going to be following. Now, if you post a car today, it doesn't make the whole people buy cars from. So I think understanding it's an area that I think we need more of enlightening each other. Mainly anthu ngati niyo timakhala ma deals how you went. Chifatu anthu ambiri. Okay, there's this thing industry. It's a showbiz industry. So I know my deals already. You strike a deal today with a company, but to give it hype, guy deal yi tuwasani 3 million. 3 million muthamangitseko 3 million izipanga malo ano ogona cover chili yonse chijama chika mmene muja. Koma popita ku public ndedema ati ikweze kuti ka value ka artist kakweli chinthu chikone kuti kwapanga announce they have signed a 40 million deal. But when you know my transactions amene achitika basically 3 million plus even my expenses, my airtime, channel momwemo. So other people look at that without really interacting the process and they feel like ngati adajawa akumala ndila 40 million ineyo value ya ineyo ndi 80 million. So they'll go to a company and they say I want 80 million and to go wait,
how
like
why
I
should
say,
they give you 80 million? You understand?
So I don't know if it's cheating the system. Some people cheat. I know even my booking fees and
of course
everybody will say my booking fees, but you know when you sit behind those you agree
you agree. So yeah, I think it's just part of I would say marketing yourself in the sense of kudimwina ita za kugwereyo amene ada za kudweyo pa
imene yoyo
you understand? Ndamene yoyo kwa maana nkhani makauti my deals and makauti they are legit. When I got some 20 million, it's really 20 million. 40 million, it's really 40 million. Nama, of course, and whatnot. But I mean, that's how they see it, as something that's valuable to them, and to see and how many agugis and now like the company that they're working with agugis and yeah. So it just depends on the mufuna mupanga achieve chan and the company ndiyo magugis and agugis. Sure.
Okay. Fair and good. Before we move into the other bits, the other stuff, Asibe, do you have anything? I know you were not here when we were studying. I will not mind if you repeat what we talked about, but we really have talked about all these things about investment and whatnot.
Okay. Me, I just want to touch for was about how the value Yama artist that I want him to explicitly say how our artist handle like he just said you said Zibo Mawat?
No, born and bred
in Zambia.
How are you guys being treated out there because then aloda khala kumva koma issues onena kuti ayi timatha kuitanidwa koma timapangidwa host basi mwanyankhala kuti munthu amapita osati ukagona ku lodge kama amapita ukagona ku rest house yakunjako. So how has your experience been like?
Okay.
I'm a person remote line.
Okay, yeah. I think how you present yourself also determines kuti ukalandira yani. Chimene chimavuta. Ma agreement ambiri amenaje tike usanapite kumamako. Uwauze kuti. Anambira mazo kuno kama ngochaja kuti amachaja ndama zingati. Okay, timachaja 2.5 million ndikapanga before mu South Africa. Oh, okay, fine. Cool. Uwaja akupangani. Akupangani mina mayadikete. Kulo mena kujako pamene akakugonetseni simunasankhe. Angowekane pena pake pakalumu kana kake azonga zumukutani mukugona kumene koko because we didn't specify. As a proper artist, a professional artist, umabanga state, this is a performance fee. You have to provide air tickets muna and for. Yes, or muna and with you and your manager. And you need to book us either an apartment or a hotel of our preference. Then mudu ma hotels, I mean, all within the range, I mean, tukapanga perform well, and they failed sanke. Agasanka, they have to make a booking, and they have to send you the booking reference. Kuda, this is this. You understand? We need to tell them, mufuna my drinks, okay? We have to breakfast, lunch, and whatsoever. Tufuna sazayende and tauni and what no, you provide this and that. They need to agree or disagree. And then you negotiate. And then you agree. If you see good things are changing, if you see things are changing, you so you are, they need to know with or without them you can still do. So and mistreat they didn't make it clear and they desperately go there because they want to go. Yes, and one is going to for they want to impress us here, but they're not ready to be there. You understand? So you go there, you haven't made your demands clear. And we have heard with the medicine they are stuck. Why they didn't make it clear? If a day, even like 2 days before we start off, finish our balances. Give us our money. Or give us our money. Before we start talking about practice, give us our balance. So that it's because they didn't market well. You understand? It's not our problem. You understand? And then give us our money, and then we can talk about when to perform. So that the perform is if you
to buy.
But most of the time, sorely it's a problem of an artist because you didn't make it clear and you didn't stand by your grounds. This is what I'm doing. So signed contracts.
And for me, this whole conversation points to one thing. Your management team. For honestly, most of these artists, if you ask them, booking process your artist, imeenda modern. Most of them will tell you, mandela call, ndi urgent, free, ubachaja ndama zingati, mwaguti. Okay, ndi basi. That's a complete booking.
Tayo say that.
If you say that, mwaguti. Kuma tikuponyera usana bwere kuno deposit.
So quotation, okay, you send an invoice, and then after that you send them a contract, they sign and whatsoever.
I don't even know how many artists even know an artist must have their own rider, technical and personal rider.
Yeah.
Which is basically malo gona ine, I can only sleep malo and drama mwakuti, whether can the masters, if it's a hotel yakuti, whether it's an apartment, drinks, food ya ine, when I can chonjo. And these are things that any event organizer kunogwe, or amabanga deal ndi artist akunja. They know because this is a pain point booking an artist. Organizing their personal and technical rider.
Of course.
Anthu amanyamuka atu kuno kupita ku show ku South Africa. Iwo mmutu mwawo akuti akayimbira kaya CD player yotani kaya kupita kumene kujako zoti ayitu kuno kuti ungoyika majani ma flash CD si kuteka umunthu afika kale pa stage bwana. Why did you not communicate kuti ineyo ndimayimba choncho? I say you're being called on stage on an international stage. Ukupita ndi phone yako nyimbo zanga ndezili mu phone.
Or I just assuming kuti amakhala nazo
nyimbo zanga ali nazo. No. Like, so I think that communication, and as an artist, you're not supposed to be there sitting down having headache. That's where the team must be coming in.
In any mango uzile madara sigura good. We have a booking here. Okay, fine. My guys are gonna send deposit in the next couple of days, and then I got figure to go on mangoes in the. I just see an alert call one drama. In the end, madara, we have had a booking here. Good. So that's your share. Kena kubasa transaction now we have had the booking this is a share. In a deep I don't have to stress about anything. So ngani makana with management team away maran. So agama mangada mistreat and kunjako. It's because their team didn't make it clear. Ngadneni ngabita Zambia. I have my manager in Zambia. You understand? So namina abanga handles in Zambia. There is no way in the not even a single time I've gone to Zambia where I feel like no, it feels like home even. You understand? Like my artists, they're coming in, bro. Let's go for a drive. No, let's go chill and whatever. We go out, we have fun and everything. We go back to our hotel or our apartment if you have been booked an apartment and everything just sorted. If it's time for lunch, get my snacks and everything, just more like you even treated as a VIP. You understand? So there's not even a time that I can complain about madam. Come we have had issues South Africa. I think almost every artist has a kind of issue
South Africa.
Because and how in my crew can be. I mean I'm a kawuda ubanga book my Malawian artist kubida mena kuja. Mwina yena ma balances umavuda kuda belege. Kubida mena kuja. Afuna kusenteni malo gona mena muna kugilizana and what not. So if you are not smart enough, if you don't push them, they will not do it for you.
Ndagona kwa couch ku South Africa ndi artist. I was visiting a friend kuna izochitika. Na artist mbili. Zokazo. My flight tickets sotantha abwerere bwana. 1 week itu. 1 week magaza aja akaba hotel jandi wathamangitsa now they can't pay. They've already accumulated my extra charges aba hotel baja. Then they just call a friend bwana. Titandizeni was also connected with the guys. I mean amapanga nawo yanchanchani. Ukatenga basi. Amagona pampando 3-4 days nyumba basi. Kukaja muja ndio ali busy and I think they even used the bus kubwerera. And you can tell when you're in dziko line yake. Zikuoneka tuzopheka tika mapanga zimene zomina kunokwe. You have got friends kunzuzu ukhala umene uzichira nawo zabwino. But in a country like South Africa kuja bwana people amavutika.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it, sir.
Okay. All right. So I think we have talked about all the other things. Now let's get into the future. You have an album out now, released, already hitting the numbers.
Yeah.
Pensulo alone, the visuals, 1 million plus. What's the future like? What are you looking forward to? What should people be thinking about when they think Driemo?
Okay, this is what I would say. My goal is not just for Driemo to just be a household name. I want to go out there. I want to be one of Africa's most viewed talent, like one of the greatest in Africa and whatnot, even to the world out there. So I could dream as big as I could, understand? So right now we are focusing on, tapping into the neighboring countries because that's where you start, understand? Zimbabwe, Zambia, we have Tanzania and whatnot, you understand? Because it came to my understanding to say that if you look into the language of Shona, Nyanja, and then even parts of Namibia, even Kiswahili,
Ndebele.
Yeah, there are some similarities in that. So that simply means the combination of these 4 or 5 countries, we can do something. You understand? So we're looking towards that to see if we could work together and, you know, build an industry like how Ghana and Nigeria and, you know, how they did and everything. Because right now you listen to a song, you can't tell if it's a Nigerian song or a Ghanaian song. You understand? So that's what's happening. So my goal is to tap into international markets now. And that's how somebody was saying me like, your album sounds different, man. Like it's not like the Driemo that we know. You'll be like, yeah, everybody has to grow and change is needed. So we need to rebrand and whatnot so that we can fit into the market that we are targeting. So yeah, that's our plan right now, and we are working towards that.
Okay. On shows and everything in between, locally or international, any upcoming tours that you're working on?
we want to do, after dropping an album, we want to have a tour like like Chitipa Nsanje tour. We can do that even in districts and even in colleges and whatnot, and even international tours. We want to do it in Zambia. We want to go to Zimbabwe as well, and even international, like overseas and whatnot. I want to go to Ireland. You want to go to the UK and even the US if it allows us. So yeah, we working hard to make sure that happens.
Okay. When you travel, this is one thing that I've noticed about your dream. Okay, as a person, you come across quite near as this shy guy. Like every time that I've made, I don't think even you remember most of the times that we made, because you're not like that outgoing. I think we usually meet my shows backstage. Then performance we'll talk. But every time you're out there, I've noticed you to Zambia, when you were out in Ireland, your reels that you make, you come on like this very sociable guy, but dances in my street. I'm like, is this the same guy? How do you do that? How does that come out?
I don't know. I think sometimes it just happens, but I'm not really an extroverted person. I would say that. And I'm not really an introverted person. It just depends on the crowd that is there. You understand? Because sometimes you can sense by the circle that you're in, I think these guys that just want to be with me as a celebrity and whatnot. But everybody is just an artist and whatnot and everything. And when I saw that, they don't even really care about you as a person. They should care less about Driemo. And then Divana when we Driemo okay, you know, it kind of feels weird. You understand? So that, you know, it even contributes to that. But I like to have fun. Only that I have my own time to do that. And I'm not an everybody person. I can't do everything with everybody everywhere. I can't be everywhere with everybody doing everything. You understand? I have my own time. So yeah, you find me sometime. Okay. I cannot be everywhere doing everything with everybody. I have my standards. I have my boundaries. I have my values. There's time to have fun and celebrate and chill. In even how you may do have fun, you have my own limits. There's many the lines that I cannot cross. So if they cannot understand that, then well, get out. I think we cannot be together. You understand? So yeah, I have people that I chill with, I can have fun with and everything. But yeah. And that shouldn't tell people, and then don't think why somebody is under the or even the Sangak is even that. You understand? But that doesn't mean they're going to the street and they're going for the Driemo, can I take a picture with you? I'll be like, I see images and then we can take a picture. No. If you want a picture, we meet in the streets. Come on, I'm going to park my dad, jump like you too, and jump like you too, so off we go. You know? Something like that, because I owe it to my fans. You understand? They have made me who I am today. So Singama Guli and team. But still I cannot be everywhere doing alliance.
Okay.
Yes.
True. And what's your biggest piece of advice to any upcoming artist of Malawi? People that look up to you and they say, oh, Driemo. If you were to give them an advice that you think they must grasp over, what's the piece?
The thing is that Malawian music industry belongs to no one. It's a wide sea and there's a lot of fish in it. You can just grab your boat, go there, go fishing. You understand? And one thing is that when music starts to pay you, try to invest. Another thing, what I would say is treat music as a business. That way you'll be a professional. Think as a businessman. Don't think as a musician. Because a musician, and yeah, this quote, I love it, Kwambiri. Kudi. The reason why you do it is not the reason why they pay you.
Okay.
You understand? The reason that wakes you up in the morning to say, I'm going to do a song, is not the reason that they have when they're coming to pay you for something. Because you love music, you love doing it. And sometimes you expect because, and then they have to pay me for my passion. No. They don't owe you that. You have to strike a certain value in their life for them to show up to say, oh yes, I'm going to pay you for this. So until they mistake, because mamawa, cooking this, I've cooked this album, so what?
And I expect people to come, feel sorry for me,
Feel
and
sorry
just
for you.
feel my emotions so they can actually support me.
So kill your emotions. They can't help you. People will hate you. Criticism will be there. So if you want to be the best that could be out there, is you can use that criticism as a hit to mold something big, or you can let it kill you. It's up to you.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I would say. But what I would just tell them is that Malawi still have a lot of space for everybody, could accommodate everybody as a musician.
True.
Sure.
In conclusion, you have
I would say that
show coming up.
Yeah, my show is coming up on the 22nd of November, and the tickets are available. You can buy them by area 18 filling station, Kawale filling station, Kushop kwa AK on the board. Yeah, also online by ulinzinga.com. You go there and then you just type the Magician album. Ibireta, my ticket, my category awiri. There's a standard ticket on 20,000 and a VIP ticket 40,000. Ngalafuna kalipite pakhomo nhena kali makhanima trust issues ine ticket yanga mwina mwakuti so pakhomo standard ndi 30 pin, VIP ndi 50,000. So kulimati stambiri, we have Malinga, we have Sent, we have Zeza Kingston, we have Loiso, we have Temwa, we have Emi Debo, we have BJ, and a lot, and even some surprise acts which are going to be there. It's gonna be a really massive event, beautiful, and yeah, the magic will be there.
No, looking forward to the magic. I met you with Loiso. It's Tumaini.
Tumaini Festival.
Yeah, we went to Tumaini. You have a song together with Loiso.
Yeah, it's in the album.
It's in the album.
Yeah, it's in the album. Yeah.
I think I haven't sampled that. He's a big talent, and I look forward to having a conversation.
He's a really
with
good
him
artist.
well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, man.
Cool.
And the very last part. Okay, the very last part of our conversation, I want to. We received this question earlier. If you were to start again from zero today, what would you do differently as Driemo?
Okay. That's an interesting question. Yeah. What would I do differently? I think so far, how I've been moving, because even the mistakes that I've made, they are the ones who have made me the Driemo that I am now. So if I would change a few things, I think okay, I would learn more first about the industry before I jumped in, because everything the mango jibanga blindly would this is working, the bank joint. So I think that maybe trying to figure out what I'm going to do next and what not, and how in my career at that particular point in time. But I think that's one thing that I would do differently, like research about where I'm going first before I jumped in. But so far, the mistakes that I've made and whatnot, they have helped me to become the person that I am. because the mistakes, the flaws, the good things, the perfections, like the perfect thing that are in me, everything, you know, the heavens and the hells in me, they are the ones that makes me the Driemo that people love. So yeah.
Phew, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We learn from mistakes. We build from mistakes. Some build with sand, some build with clay, some build with quality stones. It's all up to how you want your foundation to be.
Of course.
And I think Driemo has given us an example of how we can grow as an artist, but also how you can stay with your team together.
Yeah.
Because ever since I think I've known you as a professional artist, I've always seen you with your team.
Of course.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Lab 20 Podcast. My name is Dennis. A big shout out to Lab 20 Innovations, Lab 20 Tours and Safaris for making sure that this episode drops.
1, 2,